Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. And in honor of National Poetry Month, we welcome our last guest, writer and poet Sol Emilio, who from an early age began writing as a means of survival, channeling their experiences into a lifelong passion for storytelling. Sol's work embodies the authenticity and grit of a true Bronx writer who seeks connection and truth over impressing the reader. They are also the founder and host of Plum Bum Writers, a writer's workshop focused on feedback and mindfulness. And joining us to share more, we welcome writer, poet, and Plum Bum Writers founder, Sol Emilio.
Thank you for having me, Rena. I really appreciate this. And yes, Plum Bum. I always love hearing people say it because it is supposed to sound fun. It's to tell you the story about that. I mean, where I started, Plum Bum is is a Latin word for lead, lead anvil. And it started with like the Moleskine books, which are all black. And it's just like, it's heavy with my thoughts.
So Plum Bum
is lead.
Is lead.
Lead.
Right, so I'm over here thinking like, oh wow, today's show has a lot of fruits around it.
but yeah, like we treat writing so seriously, and it's really about just finding the joy. So it's something like word, like lead, black, and it's just like there's so much in there. And I really think like in the void, in the emptiness, there's so much creativity and just letting it flow out, you know?
Yeah. So it's interesting that we went to the void and the emptiness, right? Because that's the space you like to visit and revisit, right? But that's also the space where anything is possible, right?
Yes.
All right. So let's start with your journey first, because prior to getting on air, you shared some details about your way of actually finding therapy in writing, right? And then there's the title of your book, right?
Yes.
Like Good Hell. Going through some stuff maybe?
Well, yeah, it's just off the title, Good Hell, a young artist coming of age and survival in New York. It was definitely a survival. It was a struggle, but well, where to start? So
we don't have the whole battle.
We don't.
We got to do it succinct.
Okay, so I will say this. I went through my struggles in high school,
right.
And everyone goes through struggle. But with that, I started as a visual artist, and visual art got so expensive over time that I needed to express myself. I have too many emotions that cannot be fit, honestly, into a conversation. There are a lot of things you can't have in a regular conversation, and there wasn't people there to help me. So I really went towards writing first before I went to therapy, and that got me long enough to get to therapy, because really it's just about delaying until you get the help that you need.
Right. Well, not only that, writing is a means of releasing it from your body.
It is a form of therapy.
Yes, it is
Healing,
a form of therapy.
It flushes, it cleans you out.
Yes, so you're not harboring it, right? And so that led you to therapy, right? Which I appreciate you sharing with us. We love talking about mindfulness and how important it is to really be in that space of your own truth, because we all need therapy right now.
Yes, especially in these times. We need writing more than anything. We need our creativity. I think the one thing I'd be saying is that creativity is survival. Not only that, it's a thing that survives on beyond us, but it is a form of survival. That is the opposite of depression. Is not happiness, but it is creativity. It's expression. So as long as we're able to express ourselves, we have a chance. So I think just never stop. Like you have such a warm. I really just always be open to have that openness about you to share yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's important, and that's the authenticity that we were talking about, right? Because a lot of us walk around shielded and masked, especially here in New York, right? Because everybody's protecting themselves.
Well, yes. Well, on that, I mean, we're Hispanic, but we're just in the Bronx. You grow up, you put up a shield, and it's very easy to have that shield up, but it really is not the best thing in long term. It's maybe right in the moment, but you really gotta find what's right for you, and but eventually, you want to soften up, because living is not about being hard, it's about being soft. It's about letting things happen and letting it flow out.
Yeah, it's really about balance. That's the true formula to life. The true formula to life is balance, but it doesn't look the same for everybody.
It doesn't look the same, and that you won't always have balance, and that's okay. You go from one and the other, and you just have to find a way to get your way back, you know?
To restore it.
To restore it, yes. And that goes back to just listening to yourself, the honest truth that you have within you, and just feeling your feelings. Don't over logicize it because I started as a philosophy major. Well,
No, you started as a philosophy major?
Yeah. I started as English. I went to English and philosophy, and just like I got into this habit of like, okay, what's wrong with me? And like I over logicized, just thinking, what's wrong? What's good? And it's just like I wasn't feeling my emotions. I was trying to solve it when I really just need to feel it instead of trying to solve it. Because once you feel it, it's out of the system. And then you just go on with your life.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you. You had to put that analyst,
Yeah.
at bay. It's like, all right, I see you, but take a break.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna let the artist take the
Yes.
reins, right? And so, but you do have a philosophy circle.
Yes. Yes. So
You have
this
the
coming-
BX Philosopher Circle.
The Bronx Philosophy Circle. Yes,
Okay.
I hosted with Jiva some Dropout Philosopher. We'll be having it on April 12th at the Boogie Down Grind Cafe. And yes, we are talking about the religion of capitalism. We're just talking about how words, we haven't even gone to capitalism. We're just talking about how words shape the way we speak, the way we think, and how we have to deprogram ourselves so we can believe our own truths and not just someone else's truth, you know?
Yes, and it's important to be in those type of environments, right? So you're creating a
Yes.
circle
Yes.
of conscious mind individuals.
Yes.
I feel you.
And it's not about being there where it's not about being perfect. It's not about, we're not a period test. We're here to tell you, come, and we're going, I always focus, we're not here to shame you. We're not here to tell you ain't smart enough. We're here to bring you up and bring you to join you with us because, there's a lot of struggle in the world, but when you find community, you find people who don't shame you, you find things that make you feel healthy, and that's really what matters more than everything else.
Yeah, well, it looks like you guys have created a safe space. I mean, I'm of course just basing it on the images that were provided. You're over there at the Boogie Down Grind, my girl Majora Carter, giving her a shout
Yes,
out.
Boogie Down.
I know she creates that safe space
Yes.
as well.
Majora Cart is such a blessing. I'm literally a 20-minute walk from the Boogie Down Grand Cafe. That space has been so. Majora Cart, she has this thing she told me where the biggest determinant of a community of economic development is do they have the third spaces, and that's really, it's not even just about having third space, which is the cafe is there, but then like having repeated connections and those.
Right. It has to be activated.
It has to be activated.
And it's the way it's being activated that really sustains it.
Yes.
And she's smart because she focuses on the next generation. And I say that endearingly because that's our future.
Yes. But not even with that. We are always our future. As long as we're here, we are always our future. And we always have a chance to make a change in the world. We have people in all ages who come to our group. So it's not just young people, it's like people.
It's intergenerational.
It's intergenerational,
But
yeah.
that's also its own power. It's community.
Yeah.
It's about community. It's about welcoming. It's about feeling safe. And it's also about the mindfulness, right? I'm a little stuck on mindfulness because we talk a lot about that here, and it seems like that's the foundation of what you guys have created, which I love. Even though this book itself takes you to dark places.
Yes.
Right, but that's a reality check too.
Yes, well, that's the reality. That artists, maybe you heard the quote. An artist, we disturb the comfortable, uncomfort the disturbed. And this was a poem where I had to comfort my own disturbed feelings. And honestly, that's just the journey of an artist. You do what you need to do to heal yourself, to get the middle path, as you say. And now I've actually gotten to a point where I actually do want to make people uncomfortable, and make them think a little bit harder of just like what other people's experiences are. Because
you reveal a lot was yourself in this book, right?
Yes.
And so I just wonder how uncomfortable was that for you?
Living it. It was hell. It was hell. It was terrible.
Hence the title. He's like, it was hell. Okay?
It was hell,
I'm not even gonna say it was good hell. It was hell.
It was just hell, yeah. But that's the thing. Once you've gone through hell, you're just like, I need to find a way out, and this was right, and was that tool out. And yes, it was hard. So I think if anyone, I will just say, I try not to label myself too hard, but when I do often say I just have depression. I suffered through it. And the reason, I think when everyone goes through it, we just say, it's sadness. It's not sadness. It's a drain of energy. It's a lack of willpower. So the way to build back willpower is literally just having the little sense of space to fill with yourself. And my experience of it was literally, I was a ghost within my body.
You weren't what?
I was a ghost within my body.
You were a ghost within your body.
Yes.
I gotta process that, because the truth of the matter is that this right here is a shell.
Definitely. No, that's right.
Right, we're gonna get into philosophy now, because technically we're energy and we're trapped in these bodies.
Yes, and we are our stories, and we just get stuck with our names on our faces, and that's all everyone ever sees. But then, like, we have a whole life that we lived, and no one ever gives the grace to just let us be.
Yeah, but the brain is the main frame.
The brain is the mainframe, and yes, our stories, our minds, our memories, and with that, I think I recently had this open mic. It was a Stark Reality open mic, and it was older folks. It was a Facebook kind of open mic, and I think the thing with them is that they're still young. That even regardless of what age you're at, your internal world is gonna be moving. That's what you're gonna be feeling. So even if you're older, you're in the world. You're always gonna be that young self in some shape or way or form.
No, you gotta honor it. How about that? You gotta honor your young self, because when you got
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no outgrowing your younger self.
No.
How about that? Because the younger self is the one who's making the decisions, and you just have to be conscious of that.
And if you're living your younger self, you're letting yourself play, and you're letting yourself be an artist. You know.
I agree. Art saves lives.
Art saves lives.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm forever an artist, so I'm with
Gang.
you. All right, and we're gonna get a taste
gonna get
of
into it.
good hell. So you guys stay tuned, because Sol Emilio is gonna perform for us after the break, and you don't want to miss it. Good hell, mi gente. Good hell. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open, here now to perform our Turtle Shell. So, Turtle Shell, let's give it up for Sol Emilio.
Thank you all for joining us on April National Poetry Month. I will first reference this quote by Robert Frost: "Poetry is a momentary stay against confusion." So wherever you are, I hope this poem gives you a moment of peace. And before we start, please, wherever you are, get comfortable. Make sure you can feel these deep breaths I want you to take with me. First, 1. And breathe slow out. And again. And slow out. Turtle shell. I am a turtle shell. I don't know what happened to a turtle. One day it did not exist. Left belly up to the sun, belly baked and withered. And it disappeared too. I am a turtle shell. I take in the sun, the universe. The sun shows me, but not all of me, as a belly up shell. I see what the world gives me. The sky can see itself in me. But my edges are still hard. I still cast a shadow. But my shadow is a thank you to the sun. Here's me and things you can never see without me. I'm here, small compared to the sky, but yeah, I'm touched. I'll take any side that feeds life, alive without fill, with possibility. I am a turtle shell with open belly. Looking into it is lapis lazuli. I feel comforted, nowhere to be, nowhere to go, just be. Lapis lazuli shell below a turning sky. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for that moment. I love that we opened with breathing exercises. That's a great way to start the day. Yes, and to end our show. All right, once again, Sol Emilio, Good Hell is out now on Amazon and Lulu. Be sure to catch their upcoming performances and events at the Boogie Down Grind, located at 868 Hunts Point Avenue in the Bronx. For more on Sol Emilio, you can check them out on Instagram at Decibao. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. And happy National Poetry Month, mi gente. Yeah.